Hi friends, sorry, my English is not very perfect, but as is, so happy new 2026 year, and today I try to tell you about what some difference between usual amps and receivers and between China amps. Why I start to make this video? Because I have a Russian language channel. I have very much videos, and some of watchers they write comments that China amps is bullshit. They are not good, and not much the same about. Oh, is this amp? No, you must drop it off from the window. Or you can't use for good sound China amps. Oh, this amp will not push good speakers. They can't play good, and much the same comments. But what is in real? First of all, of course, about 10-15 years ago, first China amps wasn't good. They have large numbers of power in the technical specification, but in real, this power was nothing. For example, in one of my video, I have AV 298 BT, and it has sticker on it 300 plus 300 watts, but really, yes, it is bullshit, because the real power was about 10 or 15 watts per channel. So but old amps wasn't good. First China amps wasn't good, this D class, and about the same. But now they still have the same amps, but also they have good amps which producers tries to make a really good amps. For example, it is Fosi audio. I like Fosi audio. It is Dog audio. It is AIMA and some others companies. They make a really good amps. What means quality sound? Quality sound means that amplifier make no any changes in sound with it takes out from, for example, CD player or TV or something else, and it put out in speakers the same quality sound. And today's good producers, as for example Fosi Audio, they make very small this distortion. They make this distortion much smaller than 1%. It means that the same as the good amplifiers and receivers. Also, such parameter as signal to noise ratio, and usual good amps have about 100 decibels. The models which have, for example, 110 decibels costs about already about $1,000 or euros. With much more signal to noise rating, about 120 decibels, they already cost already a few $1,000s or euros. But these amps which have the same 100 or 110 signals to noise ratio decibels, the cost is about $100 or euros. It is 10, 15, 20 times smaller price than for new receivers and amplifiers, or the old receivers and amplifiers. And the power, of course, and for now we have some China amps which are lying, make some marketing. For example, this shows 20 watts per channel, but in reality it have about I think about 10 maximum watts per channel. and I have AV2898BT amplifier where I was wrote sticker 300 plus 300 watts, but in real have 10 or 15 watts per channel. But for example, good companies as Fosi or Dog or AIMA, they show more real numbers, but yes, with a small marketing. But you know, who not made marketing? You think Yamaha, Pioneer, Denon not make marketing? Of course, they are the same making marketing, and they show to us these good large numbers, which in reality are not the same. I show you one example. So let's look. Denon make very good amplifiers and home receivers, and you will see it have power on sticker on it 150 watts per channel. Oh yeah, it's very good number. But what the real numbers are? Let's look for them. I show you. So we make a technical specification open, and what we will see. A rated output is 95 watts, not 150. On full frequency, only 95 watts for 8 ohms. But you know, it is a rated power, not a minimum RMS power. It means that the real RMS power is about 70 or 80 watts per channel. And what we will see? What do we see? We see that this number is the same marketing, 150 watts, what in real life is about 70 or 80 RMS watts. It's marketing. And Yamaha, Pioneer, Sony, Onkyo and much others Marantz, they use the same marketing power to show you larger number, but what larger than your amp really can give out. Sorry, my English is as is, but let's go. So why some watchers writes that this is bullshit? Because they buy about 10-50 years ago some China amp, and they buy at the time a really not good amp, and they make a decision for them that all China amps is the same. All China products is bullshit. But you know what we have? Look around. We have almost everything from China. We have China TV, phones, even cars. You know, even Deutsche car, Germany car, have inside very much details from China. Some are our clothes, some speakers, even GBL, for example, makes in China. Yes. So this is not reason that China makes bad things. No, China makes sometimes very good things. I mean, some audio technique, for example. And second reason why they tell so, because they want to buy this amp, and they see in original, for example, this amp costs $100-$120, but they see that without this adapter it costs about $50, and thinks, yes, I buy for $50, and it buy some adapter. For example, 12 volts for 3 amps, and it have power only 36 watts. But these amplifiers have power about 100 or 160 watts per channel. It means that it must have this power adapter is about 48 volts to 10 amps. But of course, some user put such adapter behind it. I think, oh, it haven't power. Of course it haven't, because you use very cheap adapter. If you want to get real power from there, you must get good power adapter. So this is, sorry user, but this is your mistake, not this company mistake. Because if it put it to sale, this amp with very good adapter for example, 48 volts and 10 amperes, then the cost of this amplifier will be not 80, 100 or 120 bucks, but the price will be 300 bucks. Do you buy it for this money? I think no. That's why they put in original, they put a good adapter, but not the most good. Enough good for usual using, but not good for use it for it full power. Next mistake, what they do, they put, for example, this amplifier at home, for example, put it at full power. They have good power output, but not so large output as numbers were. For example, 100 or 160 watts per channel. They have maybe only 20, 30, 40 watts. And what is the problem? The problem that they must look at technical specification, because much China amps have needs for the amplifier, for signal. They need input voltage from 280 millivolts to 650 millivolts. Usual amps and receivers use 250 millivolts. It means that at this level they give them full power, but they have input 250 millivolts from, for example, CD player. But if you put here 250 millivolts, this amp will not play at full power here, because he get too small input voltage. It plays, for example, not 100 watts output, because he haven't 600 millivolts input, but it plays about 20 watts, 30, 40 watts, not more, because you need to get full power to take pre-amplifier. For example, the same amp, it's a real Yamaha amp, and you know, I can use it here at home at full power, not full power, but at full level, and it's a good powerful sound, but not full power, because it needs preamp, as its working input voltage is about 1 volt, but from the phone we have only 150 millivolts, and from CD player we have 250 millivolts, but not 1 volt. So it means from CD player at this full power it plays sometimes it gives sometimes smaller power output, and to use it full power we need real preamplifier or mixer pult to make signal from 150 millivolts or 250 millivolts to 1 volt. And the same, sorry, put it back, and the same thing with some models of good China amps. What for they made it? They made it for this reason, I think, that you will not overload this amp. It gives you this thing that, you know, in this amp, if you turn here a little bit more than half, it starts to very great distortion. But with these amps, if you turn on full power from usual CD, you will not have distortion. It plays clearly, clear, good sound. So for this reason, it is even a good thing, I think. So next reason is that these people who wrote that this is bullshit, they use this cheap China amps. Even here, if you look here, these amps cost new about 20, 30, 40 bucks. But these ones cost about 80, 100, 120, 150 bucks. So they are more quality products than these ones. And for example, these are AK55. It have, if you hear it at small power, you hear some sounds which not comes from music. It makes this amp itself. Of course, you give a power more, and then you will not hear these sounds. And those who wrote that this bullshit, they use these cheap amps. They get this sound, some distortion and small volume, and they decide that all China amps are the same. No, not the same. One more thing, why they think that this is not good amps? Because at the amps they turn here, for example, bass up. You know, very often when I buy amp, I see everywhere the same picture, always this position, bass and treble on the maximum position. Why? I can explain you. I not use it, but very much use it and show you why. Because humans' hearing is as these ones. You see, at the bass they have down hearing, and the same at the treble they have down hearing. The mid frequency they hear better. That's why they make compensation of this to turn here to get more, to hear more bass and trebles. But as for me, I always use this one. I have a good hearing, it's fully enough for me. And what the difference between China amps and between usual amps? Because if you turn here bass, you know, it turns only one frequency. On different models it's different, but usually it's 50 Hz, some others use 60 Hz, some others use 80 Hz, some cheap models use 100 Hz. So you turn here more, for example, 60 Hz, not full bass frequency, but only 60 Hz, 60. But on cheap China amp, when you turn bass here, you turn 100 or 120 Hz. Of course, here you have more good sound than here, because this 120 Hz, it makes bass stronger, but not better. It makes bass more not good. So the user tried cheap amp with all these problems, and he thinks that all China amps are the same. No, China have a good amps also, and if you look for price difference, it's sometimes about 10 times difference. Good amp with good signal to noise ratio and small distortion and great power costs about 100-150 bucks, but the same power, the same signal to noise ratio non-produce companies as Yamaha, Pioneer, Tenon and some others, they have costs for the same technical parameters is about more than $1,000, even sometimes $2,000, $3,000, and you see different price, about sometimes 10 or 20 times. Sometimes I hear, this is not good amp because it haven't cooling, as these amps have very large cooling system, but here no. It means that it can't give much power. It is a mistake, because here in class AB its efficiency is about 40-45%. It means that when it get 100 watts input, it gives out about 40-45 watts. But D class have efficiency about 90-95%. It means that it get the same 100 watts input from power cord, it give out about 90 or 95 watts. At the same power, this one gives 40-45 watts. It means that here in heating going 50, 55, 60 watts, and here in heating at the same 100 watts goes only 5, 6, 7 watts. And Next thing is that these cooling radiators, they made from how it is in English? Oh, sorry guys, aluminium. In Russian it's aluminium, but in English I don't remember. But here these amps have this full box from aluminium. It's the same cooling. That's why they don't need have massive box for cooling, because they are very efficient. It means that they use that these amps use much more watts for produce, for example, 40 watts than these one amps. These ones more economical, more economy. But look for the size. This one great large box or this one small box. What the difference between a cheap amp and good China amp? If you put it here, you see, it stay here. It's not moving because it have good these ones. But cheap China amps, they are moving. They are moving. They are not good. You see, they are moving because they haven't here anything. But you know, I like all of them. I like as the China amps, even these cheap amps. Also, I like usual amps. I have a different from China. I have much more models than we have right now here. I have different models, not only these ones. And from usual amps and receivers, I have already more than, I even don't remember, 500 different models, maybe more. So I have a great experience with them. Even with speakers, I have the same very large, very great experience. Even here, if you see, I have different speakers, and all what I have here is about only 1% of all my experience, maybe even smaller number. And in some next videos we will see some battle of speakers. We will hear these ones speakers, then we will see some battle, as I say, and we will hear some my new speakers, as for example these Pioneers with 12-inch bass drivers. Wait a moment, you know, by what hand it is not very easy to do it. Just a moment, I show you. We will hear these Pioneers. They have 20-inch bass driver. So we will hear these Heco speakers. We will hear these great speakers with peerless bass drivers. It's audible and peerless bass drivers. And I think we will hear my favorite speakers for now. They are Gerwin Vega CH504R. You know, these speakers have very great efficiency, sensitivity, the most largest sensitivity which I have at all, 103 decibels per 1 watt per 1 meter. These speakers can make full quality sound for very large rooms, as they have very great, very powerful output. I tried these speakers with this Yamaha receiver, Yamaha RXV2095, and you know, I tried to turn this power and I come here, but I can't turn it more, as I have so powerful sound pressure that my ears starts to feel pain. In usual home condition, it is not possible to put this Gerwin Vega place with this amp more than this volume level. It's a very great, very powerful speakers. So, and I'm very sorry for my English. I know it's not good, but as is. And if you like my video, then subscribe. We will see much more videos. We will hear different speakers, different amplifiers, receivers with in different conditions. We have different bottles, and then tell you much more information about, for example, receiver setups and other things. Okay, thank you very for your watching, and see you soon. Bye.